In this video, we're going to talk about how to add transitions. And transitions is something that you see in movies, you see sometimes in news stories. A transition is basically like a dissolve or a wipe. Those are common transitions. We often see those transitions in movies. Sometimes it represents the passage of time, that time has passed. In a news story, maybe the reporter uses that transition, a dissolve, a cross dissolve, to go from one clip to another. So maybe from the interview clip to the B-roll. Though that's not often used that way, they may have two B-roll clips and they want to use a transition to cut between those two clips. So the two most common transitions that you see is the wipe and the cross dissolve. The cross dissolve tends to be the most common. And you can overuse transitions. So let's say that I wanted to cut to transition between my clip up here in the source monitor and this clip. Well, let's say I want to transition between this clip in the program monitor and this clip in the source monitor. Okay, so I've chosen my in and out points here. Okay, and I can just basically use my keyboard shortcuts or use my mouse to place the footage onto the timeline. I'm just going to use the mouse for right now. So I click and drag and we place it onto the timeline next to the clip that I want to transition from. Now, how do you do a cross dissolve? Well, if you go to Effects, the Effects tab, you will see many options here. We're looking for video transitions. And transitions are different from effects. Effects affects the entire clip, like black and white on a clip. That's a video effect. Whereas a transition only affects the clip for a short period of time. Okay, so we go to video transitions, and then we want to do a cross dissolve. So we go to cross dissolve, and this is the common one that we most often will use. So I just click and drag the cross dissolve between these two clips. Okay, and I'll let go. And you can see that it has placed our cross dissolve here. And if I zoom in, you can see that it's been placed between the two clips. So if I play it back, you can see that we have dissolved from one clip to the other. Now, how do you make this dissolve longer? Okay, we can see that this dissolve is set for 1 second long. If you want to make it longer, you double click on the cross dissolve, and in the source monitor, you will see that the effects controls pane has popped up, and you can change the duration or the length of the dissolve. So let's turn it up. I'm going to click and drag to the right to turn it up or to lengthen the dissolve. And you can see that on the timeline it has stretched out. So it's a longer dissolve. We can also make it shorter by clicking and dragging to the left. That'd be 1 frame. It's going to be really short. Let's do 13 frames. It's going to be pretty fast. Really fast there. And then you can also click into this to type it in. So for 13 frames, we would have to type in, well, we could just, if we want to make this 30 frames, just click once on the numbers. It will pop up in this box that you can edit. And then we can type in 60 frames, which basically equals 2 seconds if we're shooting at 30 frames per second. Okay, so you can see it's affected it, and we have a 2 second dissolve.